Thank you.
Of course, this movie has a special place in the heart of probably everyone here because of that character.
Yes.
And especially in light of what's been happening in the world lately with these teenage suicides.
Yes.
And not only gay bashing, but trans bashing as well. And I
Yes.
was just wondering, either discuss what it was like to work with those great women, and even preparing for a role like that. I mean, it's a journey for trans people to go through all of that. And as an actress, what was that like for you?
It was very painful. You know, I'm watching this and it seems fairly simple what I'm doing, but the work that it took for, I guess, it to become simple was very painful. It was 2 months of work, and I would go to bars and watch, and I had a transsexual helping me with things, you know, like just different little motions and things. And I don't know why, but when I first, I got the role because Altman had wanted me to do the Kathy Bates role. And when the first scene of the second act, it was, Joanne. And it was Joe. I was freaked. And I go, oh no, I've got to play this. I've got to play this. Oh, I've got to play this. I just have to try this. And so I went to New York. He didn't believe me. And I said, I'm 5'8", except I used to be 5'8", but now I've shrunk because I'm old. Old but beautiful. Thank you. And I wore this long blonde wig, which I didn't wear eventually in the movie. And he saw me, saw I was tall, and I was sort of being like that. And he said, he said the same words, welcome aboard. But I kind of thought that I could have the trappings of a transsexual. But it didn't work because it sounds really strange, but inside, you have to start with being a man inside, and then you become a woman. And you can't start with being a girl on the inside and pretend to be a girl who's a woman. You can't do it that way. So I can't even explain what I'm talking about. But it was very, very painful to become a man, which I kind of did. and the pain I was experiencing was really what Joanna was experiencing, because she was doing that as well in another way. It just really, it was deep. It was really difficult. And when I studied it, there were a lot of suicides of transsexuality, and people like thinking this is going to be what I've always wanted. This is going to be my answer, and it isn't. You are who you are, and just have it. Because that's who you are. Just have it that way. So that, and then the other thing I like to tell about Sudie Bond. After. I guess, some weeks said that she knew what Sandy Dennis was doing. But Robert Altman never could see it because he wasn't used to, I guess, to directing plays. What she would do was upstage you, and she would upstage you obsessively. And she would never stop upstaging you, no matter what you said or did. I had one line to her every 35, and it was pretty much had to be this way. And as she was speaking, she'd go up, she'd start here, and then she'd go up and up and up and up. So for my line, I was here. I said, Sandy, honey, can you not move upstage when you say the line? Oh, of course, darling. She'd come in. And she'd say the line, and that was. So I began to say, I'm not going to let this happen to me. I'm just not going to be upstage. So as she was speaking, I would, go back.
Don't go back too far. I don't want you falling in that hole.
Is there a hole?
Yes, there's a hole there.
Where?
Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay, there used to be a hole there.
She's okay. She sometimes imagines things. So I would back up and back up and back up, back up. And then she'd talk, and she'd start doing that again, and I'd back up, and I'd back up, and I'd back up. And she started talking back, and finally we were against the back of the stage. Flat against the back of the stage. And she still was upstaging me. I don't know how she did it, but somehow. Anyway, I said to Robert, she's upstaging me. He said, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. And Sudie Bond said, oh my God, this is driving me crazy what she's doing. Anyhow, there's my, yeah, I thought it was funnier, but.
Oh, no.
No, she's a brilliant actress.
She was a brilliant actress.
She still is somewhere, I'm sure. I don't think she's
Upstaging
ever stopped.
doll.
Or the other angels.
I have to say, I found that movie, first of all, that was a VHS. You cannot find that movie on DVD, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
You think with all the money Cher has, she put it out on DVD. It's a wonderful movie, and it really, I have to say, I watched it for the first time because they were doing the show at my school, and I wanted to audition for the boy. And I had the same experience. I watched it, and I thought, I'm not auditioning for the boy. I'm auditioning for Joanne.
Right.
I didn't get the part.
Ah!
For a girl. But
Give me
at
their
that time, I
phone.
wasn't even out of the closet. I mean,
Oh.
I know it's hard to believe, but still, it came into. And I have to say, but what impressed me about your characterization is that in the face of people saying stupid things to her, in the face of people asking her stupid questions, she still acted like a lady. And for my fans here that know me, that is very much like Coco. Now, we're going to skip ahead to 2008 because this was a movie that you really enjoyed doing, and I watched it, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. It's called The Bluetooth Virgin, and it's about a screenwriter. It's played by a very hot young actor named Austin Peck. Wow. And you play a script doctor.
Yeah.
That he's hired.
Kind of a spiritual.
A spiritual, sort of Zen-like script doctor. And what's interesting about this movie was like the first scene was really, really long between these two characters, and you know, things today move so quickly. And then I kind of got it, like, you know, I got into it, and then every scene was like that between two people.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of scenes,
Mm-hmm.
but in every scene, the two main characters, especially this guy that you have it with, they're broken down. They're just broken down.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt like the movie was about being authentic. It's about authenticity.
Wonderful.
In a town full of very inauthentic, sometimes people.
Wonderful.
And he has written a script about a woman who keeps morphing into different people. And what you, in this therapy session you were having with him, you make him discover that he's morphing. He's never a real person.
Yes.
He dresses a certain way to impress other people. You know, so it's a huge long scene that you have with him. Of course, we can't show the whole thing, but let's watch at least the last part of it.
Okay,
please.
thank you. Why don't you just push me around here? Thanks.
When a man lives, he lives and does not see himself. Well, put a mirror before him and make him see himself in the act of living. Either he is astonished at his own appearance, or he turns his eyes away as to not see himself, or in disgust he spits upon his own image, or again, he clenches his fist to break it. In a word, what we have is crisis. And that crisis is my theater. That's what Pirandello said.
That's a good one.
Pirandello was a genius.
He certainly was.
I didn't know you were a fan. What of his have you read? My little morphing man. You're a great writer, Sam. You really are. But I don't think you're ready for this subject matter. It's a very tough thing.
Yeah?